just got to Flying Pig, which is our hostel. Amsterdam was really great. The flight was great. Everything's great. But we just found out that Katie only booked the room for 4 people. It's okay though. I'm not mad at her. It's just we don't know what we're gonna do because there's 8 of us, and the entire hostel's booked, which means probably more hostels are all booked because it's spring break.
We'll see what happens.
So as of now, this is just a slight bump in our Amsterdam road. Hopefully we'll make it to the red light district tonight.
And Frank House.
And Frank House as well, if we can find a place to sleep. Only pure cannabis. This place is pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
I look like a total tourist. Fuck.
Literally.
Literally, like what the fuck? What the fuck? Literally the craziest place ever.
Where's that noise coming from?
Guys, the fire alarm went off.
Yeah, is that what that noise was? Yeah, there's like a fire happening or something.
I want close fries.
Come on. Oh, there's some kind of SWAT vehicle. Oh, I think there's like a protest. There's some kind of like protest going on over there. I don't know. My phone's gonna get stolen. I should probably put it away. It sounds so pretty. I know how to ride a horse.
Now that we rode pink camels, I'm like, we can ride them.
Look how pretty they are. It's pretty fucking awesome. Look at the fire trucks over there.
Oh my god, this is like crazy.
I know. Like, where are we right now? Hello, it's Saturday night. I did not do one yesterday for multiple reasons. I was pretty exhausted and I had a pretty awful day. So, I have to be really quiet because this hostel is so quiet. There's no one talking anywhere and it's driving me crazy. I'm like in between 2 people's rooms and I know they can hear me because I can always hear people in the hallway, so I'm like really self-conscious. And I'm super awkward to begin with. So my hair is froze, it's all wind blown and crazy. Okay, but there's people coming, I don't like it. Rocking the University of Ghana sweatshirt as always. Speaking Dutch. Alright, so getting to Amsterdam actually wasn't hard at all. Like, everything went as planned. Like, all of our bags went through. It was super easy. And, like, we were like, oh, yeah, like, this is going to be a great trip. Like, the bus was good. We got snacks and water bottle on the bus. Like, everything was awesome. So everything is basically running smoothly. Things were going as planned. We caught the right bus. Like, we had everything to pay for. We got off at the right stop. We found the hostel really easily. And we got into the hostel, and there was a problem. I took a video, so I'll add the video after this. But Katie, what we all thought was that we were going to be 2 people to 1 bed, because she booked she booked 4 beds in the hostel. So she thought they were double beds. They are double beds, but she booked 4 beds, which means 4 people. But she didn't know that. She thought she booked 4 actual beds for 8 people. So we got there and they told us that they were like fully booked because of Semana Santa, and that we couldn't even squeeze in with them because the room already has 14 people and there's no room for 4 because it'll be 18 and people are already smashed, and they're bunk beds. It's queen size bunk beds. Crazy. So we were like, okay, like 4 of us are gonna have to split up and go stay somewhere else. It's fine. Like, we'll just go down the street, we'll walk around, we'll find something. And everyone's like, yeah, okay. So the 4 of us, the 4 of us that are going to Rome, sorry, the 4 of us that are going to Rome tomorrow, split off with the other 4. Katie came with us because it was her fault, and she's like, I'll help you guys find one. We walked for about 2 hours, just aimlessly walking, going from hotel to hotel, to hostel to hostel. Everything was booked full. Everything. Not a single room was open. No idea why. There was one room we found for 2 people, but it was $340, which is absolutely ridiculous, because it's not even, it was a dump. It was an absolute dump, and we're like, we can't stay there. And I was getting actually really nervous, and it was like really nerve-wracking, and we were trying to find Wi-Fi, and people were like kind of being stubborn with the Wi-Fi, and finally we went to the Marriott, and this guy, we were like walking around, because this entire time we still had our bags from the airport. Like, we went directly off the airplane to do all this crazy, stupid crap. So we were like exhausted and hungry, and my shoes were giving me a blister, and I just wanted to sit down. Like, I was tired. We had things to do. We already had plans because we got in around 4:30, which gave us enough time to like go see the Anne Frank Museum and like do like sightseeing, because then the next day we would have done the beer tour and other things that we wanted. So it really dug into our schedule pretty hard. We were using the Marriott's Wi-Fi for about 20 minutes, and I was texting Jen, and Alexa was using the hostel's phone, and she found us one. Thank God. That's actually not too far from them, but the only reason it opened is because someone canceled, and they were just calling places that said they were full, and he was like, actually, I just had someone cancel, like, I will book the room for you for. So he did, and luckily when we got here, there was 2 other groups waiting, needing the room, so we really, really, really lucked out. The hostel's not too bad. There's a cat, which is really cool. His name is Simba. The Wi-Fi password is Simba Rules. This morning he jumped on my lap and was like sitting on me, and I was petting him when I was eating breakfast, and I really missed that, so that's cool, because I love kitties. It's kind of cool, I guess. I'll take another secret tour later. This is the hallway. It's like your typical hostel. The bathrooms are really, really small and really awful. I hated them. I can't even go to the bathroom. Like, I had to open the door of the bathroom, pull down my pants halfway, and go back into the bathroom, and then sit in the toilet. And then when I wanted to pick my pants up, I had to go halfway into the hallway because the bathrooms are so small. There's no way you can bend your knees and pick up your jeans. It's impossible. We were all like, seriously. And the bathrooms are so small, and the light goes off because you only have a certain amount of time in the bathroom. It's horrible, and it's disgusting here. And there's not even enough seats in the kitchen, and there's 3 floors, and the floors have different time to eat because there's not enough, like, weight can be on one floor, which is horrifyingly scary. Since we're the first floor, we have to eat between 7 and 7:45, and if we don't get breakfast, which is weird, and breakfast is just a piece of toast with jelly, but I mean, it's better than nothing. So yeah, we can talk about after last night, after,
Hi.
hello. Hold on. Are you looking for someone?
No, I'm checking for the internet.
Oh, it's better in the lobby. Like,
It's better in the lobby, yes. For wireless, you mean?
Yeah.
Right? Yes, I know. That's why I'm here.
Oh. pretended that I was talking to someone on FaceTime, so he didn't think that I was talking to myself. But I strictly lied to him because that's how pathetic my life is. Because I'm so awkward when it comes to recording myself. So what was I talking about? After we got settled in and we met up with the rest of our friends, we decided to indulge in a little Amsterdam culture. And we went to a coffee shop. And I'm not just saying coffee shop because I want you to think it's something else. It is something else, but they really call it a coffee shop. That's what they're called. And if you want coffee, you go to a cafe. Different, but the first coffee shop we went to, her University of Granada ID wouldn't work, so we couldn't order anything. So we went to another one, which was really cool. Alexa, Sarah, and Alexa got a mixed one, and then me, Jen, Nayeli, and Sarah got just like a strictly straight one because we didn't want anything mixed with it. And we stayed there for a while, and then after we had plans to go go eat, because we were going to be hungry after going to the coffee shop, obviously. So we were all feeling pretty great afterwards, and we went to find a place called the Burger Bar, and we got like the biggest, most delicious burgers. Hi. Sorry. We got like the biggest, most delicious burgers at this place called the Burger Bar, and they were like, I think I paid $13.50, but it was the best burger I've had in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that because I was feeling really great. I really mean that they were the best burgers. The best. All of us had said they were the best. Like, you got fries. It was giant, cooked to perfection. I got cheese and bacon on mine. I paid $1.50 for bacon on this burger, fries, and purple Fanta. Basically heaven. We sat there what we all thought was for like 5 hours. Looked at the clock and it was 11:05. We were like, oh my god, this is our lives. So after eating, we wanted to make it to the red light district because our hostel guy told us that the red light district is really popping after 10 p.m. So we're like, sweet. And I was actually really nervous to go because I was like, I don't want to end up like a girl in the window, and I was really, really nervous. But we found it. We were lost at first, obviously, because all you do is get lost in other places. But we were lost at first, and when we found it, we knew right away because of all the red lights. And I have two different perspectives on it because yesterday I was really, really upset by it. Like, walking by and seeing legit women in windows with red lights, like, it's really sad. I was, like, wanted to cry because it was one of the weirdest and saddest things I've ever seen in my life, and it was just so not normal. And, like, they weren't really windows, they were more like doors, like clear panel glass doors with, like, a curtain, and really, really, really tall, like, really, really narrow, skinny rooms. They weren't tall, but just, like, a body window. And then, like, if a guy wanted anything, it's 15 minutes for 50 euros, and they just open the door, and they go in, and they close the curtain, and that's it. And, like, it was so weird. So weird. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And just, like, walking down the streets, they have, like, peep shows and, like, porn shows and all these weird things. Like, there was this thing that was, like, live couple sex, and we were like, why? And it was, like, 49 euros, and I was, like, literally crazy. And there were so many people there. So many. My hand was on my purse the entire time, because I was like, if I'm getting pickpocketed, it's going to be here, and it's going to be right now. So we stayed there. We walked up and down all the streets looking at everything because we were just so mind blown and intrigued by this thing that is the red light district. And I was really sad. I cried a little bit because it's really, really, really sad. Like, all these disgusting men just go in there and they just, I mean, it's horrible everywhere else, but just looking at these women in the window, like, their faces, like, I didn't know if they wanted to be doing that or if they're being forced and not knowing their stories, and how many of them are the age there actually was and stuff like that. But today I understand more of it, but yesterday it upset me a lot. Like, I got home and I was upset. Like, I didn't talk on the way home because right after that, it's pretty far from our house, so we found our hostel, and we just, like, went home, and I was really tired from multiple things: the traveling, eating, the coffee, and food, and I was just ready to go to bed. And I was like, I'm just gonna do this tomorrow because yeah. So then we woke up this morning. We had to wake up early so we can go do everything we wanted to do. So we woke up early, and, like, we all were like, oh yeah, let's get up at 7:15, go eat breakfast for sure. Yeah, then we'll be done. We got up, and the alarm went off at like 7:05, and all of us, like, I like opened my eyes, and my bed's by the window, and I was like, I'm not getting up. And they're like, us either. So I closed the curtains and we slept until like 7:40, and then we got up and like we got ready super quick because we wanted to go to the Anne Frank Museum, but we know we had to go early in the morning for it to be worth it. So everyone meets up after we're done getting ready or whatever, and we're like, okay, let's walk to the Anne Frank Museum. It's early in the morning, it should be fine. Get there, the line is ridiculously long, at least 4 hours, because it has like it's like Six Flags. It's like half-hour waiting point from here, and an hour from this point, and this at this point, and this at this point. And I was like, guys, there's no way. It wrapped around the block. It was like this way, this way, this way, all the way this way. Longest line I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, let's come back later because there's no way. So by that time, it was like 9:30, 10, and in my hostel, I found like this pamphlet that was like free tours, and it was the same free tour company we used when we went to Madrid. So I was like, let's go on this because I know it's gonna be good. And it was like in the middle of the city, so we were like, all right, let's walk there. So obviously we had time, so we walked there, and we stopped at a few souvenir shops on the way, and it was fine. We made it on time, and then we went on the tour. It was amazing. The guy was really good as always. It was about 2.5, 3 hours, which was awesome because it took up most of our day, and it wasn't like we were doing like annoying things or being bored. It was like seeing Amsterdam, so that was cool. The weather was freezing all day. It was like, I don't even know, 50 maybe, if that. So cold. I had a long sleeve shirt on and just Sarah's vest because Sarah didn't have any long sleeve t-shirts or long sleeve shirts, and she needed to wear my jean jacket. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll be alright. Was not okay. None of us were okay. None of us passed for this crazy cold weather. It was awful. Like, not ready for it. I'm ready for Barcelona weather, Rome weather. It's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow. So excited. It's definitely needed. Okay. So, the beginning of the tour, he, like, starts off by telling us who he is, and we start off in, like, the main palace with, like, I took some videos of it, like, talking about Amsterdam and the kings and the queens and the shit and whatever and the laws, and he did start off by saying, that they only have, like, the way the Dutch lifestyle is, the Dutch live life by a word, which is tolerance, and he said he will teach us what this means throughout the entire tour, and I was like, oh god, it's gonna be one of these stupid tours, but no, he really means the French are the most tolerant people. He said in the beginning, like, the way we see it is, like, you just do what you do what makes you happy, and if you're not hurting anyone, then just live your life. Like, it's just about living your life, which I was like, oh, okay, whatever, it's just a Pinterest, like, kind of thing, lame, but it's really true. And he was like, alright, we're gonna start off by going to the red light district, and we were like, sweet, let's go. So we went through many more streets that we didn't go through last night, well, because obviously we went at like 11:30 midnight, and I was like, we stayed on the main two roads with the most people, but he took us like back through some other roads, and I was shocked to know that women are still working. There are women in the window still, and he told us about, I already knew this, but I thought I'd take any pictures of the red light district, because they will come out of the square, their window thing, and chase you down and take your phone. Either break it, take it, throw it in the canal, like anything, because on the windows it says no photos, no nothing, like do not take photos at all, because he was telling us how it still is their profession, and they like to be like, they like to have like their privacy and their personal, like it's worse enough that like, you're looking at them and they're not making any money off you, but you don't take pictures. And he said that to begin with, and he said he's heard of like stories of like men getting their, like tourists like getting their jaws broken and phones stolen because they literally will come out and chase you down. So I was like, yeah, not looking ready, not looking for the head at all. Plus, like, I don't really want to remember it. I have my memories in my head, and that's all that I need. Google if you want to know what it's like. I suggest everyone goes, but I don't need to remember it any more than I do. So he told us, like, let's just go. You can stare, you know, it's the culture, blah, blah. And they're so open about everything. It's crazy. So we walked through, like, a little bit of it, some stuff we didn't see. And there was, like, women in the window still half naked, like, not as much, like, makeup or clubbing music, but, like, work clothes. And at the end, like, he was like, all right, like, the end of, like, walking through the two streets. He was telling us about how this is actually like a real profession. Like these girls have life insurance, they have health insurance. There's this thing called the PIC, which is Prostitute Information Center, and like they don't have sex, and that's like they don't have to, I don't know if they don't have to have sex, but he said about like you don't have sex and if you have like a disease or without protection or something, which I thought was absolutely crazy. They have to rent their window, that little space, 150 a day, 150 euros a day, but they get paid 15 minutes per 50 euros. So you could like make it back within like an hour, I think. Nuts. Blew my mind. And there's also like, someone asked like, oh, did they ever try this with males or is it only female? And I guess like Amsterdam gave it a run, but like it didn't really work out, so they were like, nah. But there's a street, and he was like, oh, but the street, Black Mamba, or Big Mamba, we'll be taking that street next. And we're like, Big Mamba? Why? Why is it the Big Mamba? And they're like, they give you a little bit more than you're asking for. And we're like, that doesn't sound like something we want to know about. And he was like, no. He's like, nothing bad, just it's whatever you're kind of into. If you like surprises when you go down south. And we're like, oh, I think he means they're men. We're not sure. So he gave us more about like the lifestyle and about how just the stripper or the prostitutes live and how they're trying to, it's not legal, or it is legal, became legal in 2000, but like it's normal, it's a profession, like they don't do taxes, but like it's totally normal. It's right next to a preschool. ... And little kids know what's going on. They're like, those girls in the window are selling kisses, and they're like, yeah, kisses, that's what they're selling, many kisses, Hershey kisses. No, crazy. Okay, but I'm trying to think of like the next spot we went. Other than that, all the information was okay, but that interested me the most because I'm so perplexed on this whole thing known as the red light district. It's prostitution with people in the window, like, I don't know, like it's people in the window. Oh, I remember. The next thing we talked about was the coffee shops and weed and how it is illegal. Actually, it's illegal here. But, like he said, like, it's not hurting anyone, it's making money, it's good for the country, tourists come, they don't care. Like, cops don't do anything about it. Like, they have license to sell it and stuff like that, and you can't have more than, like, 5 grams on you or something like that, and though coffee shops can't have more than 500 grams, like, there, and you can't use the back doors to the business, so no one really knows how they get weed. It was, like, all this conspiracy things, and I was like, if everyone knows this is happening, why is it okay? That's what I asked. Like, I was so confused. Like, the whole thing is mind-blowing. I can't wrap my head around it. If everyone knows it's happening, how is it okay? How is there nothing being done? How can this be legal but still be happening? And the guy was like, oh, the French or the Dutch are just very tolerant. Like I said earlier, they literally tolerate anything. He says, instead of fighting in war, he's like, we are literally a bunch of hippies. We just tolerate everything. And I was like, well, this is the craziest thing. Like, mind fucking blown. I don't get it. I'm American. I'm like running from everything. So I'm gonna be thrown in jail for anything I do or say or post on Twitter. So he was just talking about how it makes money and it doesn't hurt anyone and the people are happy. So they let it happen. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I'm trying to think of what we did from there. Oh. After the tour got over, the guy did a really good job. We tipped him because that's his income and stuff. It was still freezing outside, and we split up again because the other people are going to be here for one more day, and we're not. They wanted a beer tour, a brewery tour, and we went to the Anne Frank Museum, and the line was much shorter. We probably waited an hour this time, and the Anne Frank Museum was super cool. It had... Oh my god, it's Seawall. I was like, I don't want to talk about anyone else. Yeah, I don't care.
Hi.
Hello. That was Sarah. She wanted to use my towel. That man just got a ladder down. For what, though? Pues. Oh, the Anne Frank Museum was one of the coolest things I've ever gone to, and it also made me very, very sad. The exact feeling, not the exact feeling after the red light district, but this place has a lot of history and is actually really, really, really cool. Way cooler than any other place I've ever been. Talking with her laughing. I keep swearing, I'm sorry, it's not nice. So afterwards, I'll just, here, my life is so awkward. I must live this awkward life. Good, so now these people can hear me talking. I hear her in her room and she hears me. I was like, shit, forgot again. Oh, the Anne Frank Museum, it was really cool. I really liked it a lot. We're standing in line worth the €9. I got someone a present from there. I'm not going to say who, I'm not going to say what, but I think it'll be really cool and I think she'll like it a lot. I know she likes that kind of stuff. So later we walked home because we were absolutely freezing and it was getting cold. And then we sat at home, or sat in the hostel, and we figured out what we were going to do, like food-wise, dinner-wise, and like just what was going on for the night, if we were going to meet up with other people. And we wanted to go out souvenir shopping because we had some few more things to get, and they didn't want to. So we all went out, and we were just going to meet them at an Italian restaurant or in front of Burger King to go out to eat later tonight at 7:30. And we left around 6, and we walked around buying souvenirs and stuff. The streets were crazy. I'm uploading videos, and that's just all I'm going to say about that because it was simply amazing. It was like, I think today, the second half of my day is just an unreal experience because literally, I feel like I'm in a movie. Like, things like this don't happen in America. First of all, when we were walking down the street, one of the things were on fire. One of the restaurants got on fire. One of the Heineken original restaurants were on fire. The ambulance comes flying, puts the fire out, and we're like, oh my God, there are people in the street, policemen on horses. Oh, just text me. Policemen on horses because they're trying to like control the situation, and like, because one of the soccer games got, and they're like trying to control the situation, and people have like flares, they're screaming, they're firing beers everywhere, like SWAT cars, people in like full gear. It's pretty crazy stuff. It's pretty crazy stuff. And I took the videos and I was just like, this is awesome. Like, I don't even know where I'm at right now. Life is crazy. So then after, we met up with our friends and we got some food and we went to another coffee shop. But this time we split 2 on 2 because it was $6.50. We split a brownie, also known as a space cake. It was pretty awesome, I won't lie. We were supposed to eat it like in 90 minutes, and we did. Like, me and Sarah just took our time eating it, walking home. And then we got here, and I just chilled for a long time. Packed for Rome, figured out what bus we had to take and stuff like that. I'm so thirsty right now, and the house only has drinks for $2.50, so I'm just going to drink out of the faucet and hope that I don't die. And then leave for Rome tomorrow, where hopefully everything goes well. The plan is we have a private driver because it's coming from the hotel that is like it's her, but I guess we pay $55 for her to come and pick us up and bring us there, but between 4 it's not going to be as much. It'll be 13 a person, $13.75 a person, but I don't know what we're going to do on the way back because Sarah and I need to go back in 2 days, and it's going to be 55 split again unless we can figure out the systems, which is going to be hard because our flight is at like 10 in the morning. Also, this flight, we need to leave the hostel. There's a bus at 6, so we need to be on that bus, which is going to be a struggle because it's like midnight, 12:30 right now. So there's that, which is good traveling, good planning. I know, we're great. I just wanted to get early flights. I almost regret it now, but at the same time, I just wanted to get early flights because, like, there's no point in us walking around here and, like, leaving at 12 because we get to sleep a little, but by the time we get to our new destination, it's just blah. So at least we have all day in Rome tomorrow when we actually get there, and then the whole next day, and then we leave for Barca. So, yeah. So far, we've had one minor mistake, but this place was $89 a night, or $89 for 2 nights. So then we just added up all the costs together, and then we split it by 8. We added the other hostel and this hostel together, split it by 8 because Katie messed up, and it's only fair if we pay the same price. So I paid $89 for this hostel, And then they only paid $69 for theirs, so they all gave us $20, which was really nice because it's 4 and 4 and it works out fine. So everything worked out with that. I didn't have to sleep on the streets in Amsterdam, even though I was pretty horrified I was going to. Won't lie, I was tweaking, but you live and you learn. We're young travelers, so I'm gonna go now. I'm sorry that I'm awkward and just weird and just like right now because I just am because of space cake, but whatever.
So Kelly is gonna slide down this little slide and hopefully not get in trouble. It's for luggage, but she's gonna fucking go down it. Just go. Go.